friends, let's rapid revise the accessing sequence of memories and overview of cache memory. As the input to the cache memory is the output, that what we'll be studying in the accessing sequence of memories, that will be an input to the cache memory concept. So it is very important to pay attention to this accessing sequence of memories in order to get what cache memory actually is. Okay, so pay most attention to it. So first of all, in the previous lecture I already told that the memory that the CPU organization has 4 level memory in general. That is, first is register, second is cache memory, third is main memory, and fourth one is a secondary memory. Okay, so we know that these are 4 levels, but how we are accessing the data from it, that is the point that we are taking in this lecture. Okay, that is the accessing sequence. Okay, so as I already told when I was telling about the memory organization in the previous lecture, there are 2 types of memory organization, that is simultaneous access memory organization and hierarchical access memory organization. Okay, so what I told that the most of the computer system, or we can say that in general the computer system is made up of hierarchical access memory system only, because of the property of locality of reference. Okay, so CPU is generally and mostly uses the hierarchical access memory system. So what is actually the accessing sequence of memories? Let us study them in detail. Okay, as we know that the CPU contains registers inbuilt, okay, inside them. So register is here, that is level 1 of memory. And then what is cache memory is there. So as we are proceeding the hierarchical memory system, in which CPU is connected firstly to level 1 memory, then L2, then L3, and so on, like this. So similarly is the case here. Okay, that is CPU register is in the CPU itself. It is connected to cache memory is connected to memory, main memory is connected to secondary memory, like this. Okay, so you got this. Then the next thing we need to visualize is that what type of data or data is called here, here, and here. Okay, so for naming concept, in order to understand clearly, the data here is named accordingly. That is, from when the data comes from cache memory to CPU, then they are known as words. That is, we are accessing words from here. And from the cache memory, that is main memory, to cache memory, we are fetching the block of memory to specify the locality of reference. To satisfy the locality of reference, we are taking block of memory, then we are accessing a single word or words of data. Okay, and from secondary memory to main memory, this is the concept that we already studied in the operating system subject. Okay, from secondary memory to main memory, okay, there is a if the program size, we can say that user program size is greater than the main memory size. Okay, then there comes the concept of virtual memory. Okay, that we already studied in the operating system subject. So what data that was transferred from here was named as what? We already know that these are pages. Okay, so we are not concerned about this part. We are mainly considered about this part, that comes in the CO part, and this comes under OS part, that is operating system. Okay, so let us study in detail this concept. Okay, So what is that? The CPU register is there, so it is processing. We know that CPU is a very fast device, and all other devices are memory are slow devices. So there should be proper synchronization. Okay, there should be synchronization between the CPU and the other low speed devices. Okay, so there is a concept of what? There are two type of synchronization that is related to speed. That is the first concern, and second concern is the capacity, we can say. Okay, memory size capacity, that is considered like this. Okay, so memory size capacity, that is our program size is greater than the main memory size, and we are considering by default the von Neumann architecture. Okay, according to von Neumann architecture, the program must be in the main memory. Okay, the program must be in the main memory. So in order to fetch the data in the main memory, the data must be programmed to be executed, the data must be in the main memory. So since the program size is much greater than the main memory size, what we have to concentrate is on the virtual memory. There comes the concept of virtual memory is there. By using this virtual memory concept, we are synchronizing the memory size problem, capacity difference problem from various memory levels. Okay, so it was considered in the OS subject, and we already covered in the operating system subject. Now the point that comes in the CO subject is related to speed. That is speed. CPU speed is very high. In order to synchronize it with main memory, that is other memory device which is a slow device, there must be something. Okay, so that must be there. Here comes the concept of cache memory. Okay, so cache memory synchronizes the speed difference between the CPU and the memory. Okay, so let us study this concept in detail. Okay, so as with this diagram, let us study everything in detail. That will help you in studying the cache memory concept. Okay, so what we know that, so let us study in detail. So as we know that CPU is processing the data. Okay, processing. Cache memory is using locality of reference property. In main memory there is user program, and in secondary memory user program, when user program is there, when user program is much greater than the main memory size, then it comes to the secondary memory. Okay, user program size is greater than the main memory size. Okay, like that. And locality of reference, it is the value, the index is known as cache index. Okay, the address, we can say that it is known as cache index. User program address in the main memory is known as physical address. Okay, and the address in the secondary memory is known as logical or virtual address. Okay, as I already told you that this main memory concept and secondary memory, that is paging. Okay, paging concept, virtual memory concept is covered in the OS subject, and this part, that is CPU to control memory and cache memory and cache memory, main memory, this concern is taken by CO, that is computer organization, and cache index is a hardware address, and this is physical address in the main memory, and secondary memory contains the logical or virtual address. So in the next lectures we are going to study about this part, here to here. Okay, so CO part is concerned with the CPU and the cache memory, while the OS part is concerned with the main memory and secondary memory. Okay, from OS point of view, CPU generates the logical address because logical address is there here. Okay, so because data is present in the secondary memory from OS point of view, and for CO we are taking the data, we are fetching the data from here to here, we are considering data is here, and we are generalizing that CPU generates the physical address. Okay, so from CO point of view we are taking data in the main memory itself. Okay, and we are telling that CPU generates physical address, while in the OS point of view we are considering the data in the secondary memory, and CPU generates the logical address. Okay, I hope all of this is clear to you, and we will study the cache memory in the next lecture. Okay, that is all for the accessing sequence of memories. Thank you.